Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Brain Cancer Diaries. I'd like for somebody watching this to tell me what brain cancer looks like. I don't think that most people would think that it would be as devilishly handsome as this episode's guest, Eric Morales, a lawyer from Miami, Florida, who has a grade 3 astrocytoma. I have an astrocytoma too, but I'm only grade 2. Yet this fool looks better than I do. So I don't know, but I'll let you watch and decide if you think I'm more handsome than I'm the most handsome brain cancer dude around. And let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I will see you on the other side of the.
Yeah, so I'd had a big day the day before, and I had done a lot of drinking, and I didn't get much sleep, so I just didn't really think much of it. But what set it off was actually I was taking my dog out for a walk at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and he ran up to me and he was excited to go out, and he nipped right near my groin. And as soon as he did that, it was like a feeling I had never felt before. I felt like the wind taken out of me a little bit, but also I felt like my breath was gone and I couldn't get a word out. I tried to get a word out. I was actually with my girlfriend and she said, are you okay? And I just wanted to say yes, but I couldn't say yes. I kept going, ugh, ugh, and she instantly knew something was wrong and said, I'm going to take you to the hospital. I'll give you a little view of the scar here. My hair is still growing back from the radiology I did. And they told me it goes all the way up here. This goes bang all the way down. And it was an awake craniotomy. So, they didn't even have to cut my hair. They just literally chopped into my hair, pulled back my skull, strapped me down with, some pins around my head onto the table. And then, first thing, I remember the mask going on, breathe. And next thing I know, they're like, you're waking up, and I'm on the surgical table. And they're asking me questions while they have my head open so they can, basically don't remove anything that's a vital part of my brain. And lucky enough, actually, the resident surgeon, the student there, he was a kid that I actually knew from personal life. He just happened to be on my surgery team, so I was chatting with him the whole time to get through the surgery. But so it was honestly, it was an interesting thing, to be I remember sitting there and being oh my God, my head is open and I'm talking to you guys. This is crazy. It was an interesting experience actually. And I talked through it and it was okay, count to 10. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we won't take that part. And after, I did that and they were we did a pretty good job here. I think we're going to close you up. And I was all right. And they were all right, we're going to put you back under. And next thing I know, I woke up and I was, groggy and everything. But my head felt a little funny. But I was awake and fine. But I was very lucky. And they told me that, we think we got almost all of it.
Every tumor is different. Yours came on pretty quickly. Mine took years to kind of rear its ugly head. One doctor thinks I may have had it since childhood. It just took this long to kind of wake up, I guess, so to speak.
Yeah, start growing aggressively, basically.
Yeah. You seem like a pretty physically fit guy. If you could just tell me a little bit about that and sort of your lifestyle and how you think that's played into your own recovery. Because looking at you, you look great. You have a scar, but you look pretty healthy. I would not guess off the top of my head that, no pun intended, that you have a brain tumor. So.
It's definitely something. It leads to funny conversations because people don't really think anything's wrong, and they're like, "Sweet haircut," and I'm like, "Well, it wasn't by choice," And I've always been kind of an active guy, and because I always mountain biked and surfed, and did some sports. I played pickup leagues for stuff. They told me we don't want you doing any exercise for 4 weeks until post surgery. And I was 2 weeks at home, basically. Well, for one, within a week, I was walking my dog. Within another week after that, I was, going on long walks and I was doing air squats and stuff just to pick it up. And then third week, I was hitting the gym and doing, the elliptical for 45 minutes just to make sure my heart was moving. So I was like, you know what? You're telling me it's 4 weeks for regular people. I'm not going to be regular. I can do better than that. And then in the last 2 months or 3 months, I started running a lot. and running and mountain biking a lot, and that's been really great to do everything. So now I'm like, I'm at a pace where I'm hitting like usually about 20,000 steps a day. I do like probably a 3 to 4 mile run every day. Weekends, I try to get above 5 miles at least, usually like 5 to 10 every weekend. And
I am jealous. I'm jealous because my issue is because my tumor is in, like I said, in my cerebellum and brain stem, so I have a lot of balance issues. So running is hard, and I also, like you, I'm kind of like a go-go. I got very impatient, and I push things too hard physically, actually. And so I actually regressed a little bit and developed some new problems that I didn't have before. In some ways, I was in better physical shape right after my surgery than I am now. I'm just getting to the point where I'm trying to do 6,000 to 7,000 steps a day. I feel like I can do more, but I just want to be careful because before I was pushing it so hard that it actually caused some problems, some swelling in my brain. But it sounds like your brain is healing much faster than mine, which again shows that every cancer is different. Everybody's different.
I feel very lucky in that regard. I haven't felt that many mental effects of it. Maybe there was some short memory recall. I think I've definitely lost a little bit.
That was kind of my next question, is just being an attorney. It's a very sort of cerebral type job.
A lot of it is who knows. It is going to develop later from what I hear. And I'm trying to get ahead of that by, a couple of things. One, I try to meditate every day, which I guess is just, mental mind cleanup. And I do take like medicinal mushrooms, which are supposed to be neuroprotective. So I'm trying to do things like that, just to see if I can offset that. And so far at work, I don't think it's really had much of an effect. I feel like myself. I do everything normal. And the only thing I will say is I'm like, yeah, you know what? I do need to write. Like now I have a to-do list, which frankly most attorneys always had, and I just never had that. And it was probably a poor practice on my part. So now I have everything written out, which probably helps me anyways.
Like I said earlier, you look great. That's one of the things people don't realize is that brain cancer. I think that you tell people, "Oh, I have a brain tumor," and they expect you to be at death's door, and you're really not. It's like an invisible sort of illness.
And it's such a wide variety, since I found this, or since I, got diagnosed, I've been involved in Facebook communities that, are treating brain or talking about, patients being treated with brain cancer. It's such a wide array. Some people are in there and they can't stand up, or they've lost function on one side and they just got diagnosed. And then there's some people in there that have been, 6-7 years out and they're totally normal. So, luckily right now I don't have much of any, people can see, I guess I have something going on, but even then they don't need it. And so, when you tell people you have brain cancer, they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, it's not good. And they're like, is it like benign? I look fine. So it's like, oh, is it like just a tumor? They took it out and you're okay? And I'm like, it doesn't really work like that actually. But I think generally people find I'm very positive throughout this. I don't know why, I guess always have been. They tell you you're dying or something, and I've just never believed it. I've never bought into that.